I did not think I would see quite a chapter like this from the Promised Neverland. Holy shit. Well, that's appreciation. Just Sister Krone going down like that struck a chord in me. I did not think of all characters I would feel that sad, but also so much respect for. I did not think I would respect Sister Krone at all. But seeing what I witnessed in this chapter blew my expectations completely away. For Sister Krone, but also the writer of the series. That was such a good way to kill off a character. Let's just talk about the message of Sister Krone's death scene, okay? She knew she was going to die. She knew it was just GG. It's over. And her last struggle, she made a bet. In her mind, she was thinking in her mind, she's like, if I'm going to die, I'm just going to say fuck everyone. Just fuck you all. I want to just ruin everyone. If I'm going to fucking die, I'm taking all of you bitches down with me. That's exactly how Sister Krone was thinking in her mind. Like, Isabel, you gonna fuck me over? Okay, I'll grab your fucking ankle and just break it. That's what she wanted to do to Isabel. That's exactly what she wanted to do. She's like, if I'm gonna die, I'll take something with me. And her going down like that, with delivering the pin to the children to fuck over Isabel, that was respectable. But it also shows more about the insight of how the society is, how broken this society is, and how humanity can't really survive in it, but also how the upbringing of a certain said society could really change your perspective on the world. Let's think about Sister Krone for a second, okay? The way she was introduced as a character. She was someone that was very menacing, had this aura come off her where you're like, holy shit, she's evil. And the way she could just, throw kids under the bus to survive, kill people underneath her, whatever, just to get what she wants, even go after Isabel, you're like, holy shit, like, this person is very freaking crazy and evil. And you gotta remember, it's because of the upbringing. Let's just factor all of these pieces together, okay? All of these kids on a farm are raised just to be turned into food for the demons. And when you find out, probably at the end of your life, and you're about to be killed, and you're given an option like, okay, either you become food, we kill you right here and now, or you survive and you try to become a mama. What do you do? And let's just be completely honest with each other. Just, let's be completely honest. And if you're put in that situation, about 9 times out of 10, I think everyone is probably going to choose their own selves over anything else. They're going to want to survive. That's just in human nature. We want to live. We do not want to die. And if you're put in that spot to where you're about to get fucking executed and turned into food, or you continue to survive and you have to trample upon people's corpses just to continue to survive, most likely people are going to choose to continue to live. That's just the big thing about this. That's one of the big things about any person. Majority of the time, they're going to choose their own selves. And Sister Krone choosing survival is because of the world she lived in. She had to do what she had to do to continue on living. And even though she's a very selfish person, even though she is evil, I'm not trying to say she is not, it's thanks to the upbringing and the way society was in general that turned her into what she was. And that's exactly what makes this so tragic, but also makes her so respectable. She knew what she was doing was fucked up. She knew what she was doing was completely evil, and something you really shouldn't say that you can disregard and say, oh, you're kind of good, so we can look over all the bad you've done. We cannot say she isn't evil. However, She knows how messed up it was for her to throw these children under the bus, to kill them, to continue on surviving, to just sacrifice everyone before she could become a mother. She knows how messed up it was. She realizes this. She thinks about it in her final moments. You see how all of society, she's like, this society is just completely broken. Humanity cannot live in what this world is right now. And so, in her last desperate act, she just throws Isabella under the bus. She's like, fuck you, slings her under the bus, and gives a pin that has WM on it for the kids. And this WM obviously is a reference to William, which we found out about in the books. Now, that's what I am assuming. I could be wrong here, but that's what I am assuming. Now, we don't know if this person, the scientist or whatever, this, like, person that dropped the pin, is actually, they willingly dropped the pin, or if it was actually something they did drop, like, you know, on accident, and eventually Sister Krone picked it up, or maybe it was on purpose, Sister Krone picked it up and eventually delivered to the children. We don't really know. We do know, however, that there's a lot of intelligent people in this series, so we don't know how far people could possibly plan. Maybe a course of years, days, months, whatever. Maybe they can plan for decades. We really don't fucking know. What I'm getting at is just, Sister Krone, she's respectable because she admitted how fucked up what she was doing was. Like, what she did in her life, how fucked up it was. But then, being a selfish person, in the end, saved others. She, you know, wanted, you know, the kids to survive and run. Not because she instantly grew a heart. It wasn't because of that. She didn't just grow a heart out of nowhere and was like, oh, I care about these children now. It wasn't like that. She continued to be what she was to the very end. She knew how fucked up it was, but she continued to be that fucked up person in her own way, in her own selfish manner. When she decided to give that pin to the children, it wasn't because she grew a heart and she wanted the children to survive, because she cared about them. Even though she has some guilt and she knows what's wrong, she did it for her own selfish reasons. Well done. Well done, Promised Neverland, for giving us a character like Sister Krone. I did not think a character like her would be written so well. It just surprised me. Completely blew my expectations away. Now, what makes the scene even sadder is that when you see Isabel just sitting down at the table with the children, am I the only one that assumed that looked like the Last Supper? Like, that looked exactly like the image of the Last Supper. If you know what I'm talking about, the famous portrait and stuff, the Last Supper, that's what it looked like. When you saw Isabel just sitting down at the, like, the end of the table, you see the children just lined up, I'm like, that is straight up the Last fucking Supper. You see the way the image was done, you see the way the lighting is coming in, I'm like, they're really trying to emphasize, like, the Last Supper and all that, like, all these kids might die very soon. I'm like, this is pretty damn dark in a way. And then on top of that, when you see that scene when Sister Krone realizes she's been a failure all her life, she's like, I've always been a failure. And you just see how she looks down. She realizes she's been in the palm of the hands of Isabel, the grandma, and the demons since the very beginning. And she hasn't been able to escape at all. And you see this realization. Like, you can see she's sad. And we don't see her face. But then the panel opens up. This big, widespread panel opens up. And you finally do see her face. And she smiles. You see this very interesting face. Like, this smile of Sister Krone, it just shows kind of like, it's a smile you know is not pure happiness. It's a smile where she's just so sad she's smiling. And when you see that smile and you see the hand coming up behind her about to grab her, you're like, oh my god. Like, it was a very sinister panel. Probably by far the scariest panel of the series to date. That was a scary panel, just seeing the face of Sister Krone when she realized she was done. She was about to die, but then she realized she was a failure, and she was so sad she smiled, and then the demon's hand just comes in to grab her and just take her life. That was fucking dark. That was a really dark way to take her character out. So, yeah, The Promised Neverland. Wow, this series, it really stepped up its, like, A-game. Like, I mean, it was already a very good series, don't get me wrong. It was a very good series, the way the writing has been, all these chapters. However, that does not compare to what this chapter did for a character's death. If this is what we can assume is how death is going to be handled in The Promised Neverland, I have very high expectations for the death of some of the children in the future, because not all the characters are going to live, all the children are going to live. I highly doubt that. So if something like this can be done with Sister Krone's death, which was a villain, and she was a very awful person deep down, I wonder how the children's deaths are going to be. If something like this is just done that well, just imagine in your mind right now how good some of the children's deaths are going to be. Just think about that. So, yeah. I love this series. I really am glad it has not been canceled. I am so glad Weekly Shonen Jump isn't censoring this series. From what I'm assuming, they haven't really tried to censor it. It seems like they're letting the writer and all that do what they want to do with the series. And so, I'm happy. I'm glad Weekly Shonen Jump is taking, you know, I guess, a risk on this series, but also on top of that, how the series continues to just let the readers get so engaged in it, because you don't know what is going to happen next. There's so many twists, and the way the writing is done, you just don't know. Like, you can't really judge where this series is going to go next. I mean, you might assume it's going to happen like this, but in reality, like, you know, something else happened that was completely unexpected, and that's how the series has been thus far. So, cannot wait for the next chapter. I am extremely excited. I mean, Sister Krone, I will miss her. I will legit be honest here. I will miss Sister Krone. I mean, I did not think I would actually care so much about her character, where I'm actually sad that she's gone. But it's a very clear message of how this series is going to be. Characters will die, but on top of that, even characters that you wouldn't think would have that much development would get that much development and then die like that. I mean, not many shonen want to go that far for a death scene, especially for a character like Sister Krone, that just seems to be like, you know, a fodder villain compared to things what we might get in the future. You wouldn't think a shonen would spend that much time, especially focusing a chapter with that development. Yeah, pleases me greatly. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a very, very, very wonderful day, and holy shit, if you have not started The Promised Neverland and somehow you're watching this video, what the hell are you doing? Just fucking read the series. Like, damn. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.